Well, that is not how they wanted to finish this doubleheader. As we welcome you here to Phillies Postgame Live, brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance. Amy Fiddle alongside Ben Davis. And the walks preceding the home runs really came back to bite the Phils in this one. It looked like Craig Kimbrell had Meneses actually struck out in that one. And then, of course, he instead went ahead and belted that tying home run, or the go-ahead home run, I should say, in this one. So it was a disappointing effort all around when you look at this one. Where did it go wrong for you?
Well, in my opinion, it was the bullpen. It's something we have not seen in the last, I'd say, month and a half. The bullpen has been so steady, so reliable, not able to get it done tonight. The long ball really came back to bite them. This is not a ball club in the Nats that hit a lot of home runs, but they made the Phillies pay today. Vargas, Meneses with a couple. It was one of those days that they just got the best of them. Very timely hitting. Obviously, that one in the ninth inning that you talked about with Meneses off of Kimbrell. It did look like the third strike, but unfortunately, he got another one. He made him pay.
We're going to go across the way and check in with John Kruk. We're also going to hear from Rob Thomson coming up. But, John, I mean, this was a bit of a letdown after there was some excitement. We saw the home runs in the first game of the doubleheader, and then Bryce Harper, after he had been 0 for 6 with 4 strikeouts, he comes through with that big bomb. So you're thinking good vibes are going, and then it just maybe the wheels came off a little bit with the relief pitchers.
Yeah, just, a couple walks here and there that got Phillies pitchers in trouble. And, Joey Meneses, we were surprised coming in that he came into this doubleheader with only, 9 homers, I think, coming in. And now he's, he hit 2 in this game. We know he has power.
You have your closer in the game, and that's his time to go. When it's a tie ball game at home, that's when you bring your closer in. He came in, unfortunately, didn't get the job done. But the Phillies have relied so heavily on Craig Kimbrell throughout the course of the season. He still only has a 3.31 ERA.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason he's having an all-star year, and we've seen it on display. So maybe it's the way this one ended. Maybe it's the fact that it's the Nationals. But after winning the first one, this one feels a little bit more disappointing. Is it because of the way that they lost, that they finally had a lead? You and I talked in the pregame show against the Royals, and the earlier game against the Nationals, they had yet to get a lead in the last couple of games.
Well, I know that it was only 4-2 at the time, but it just felt like that lead was untouchable because of the way the bullpen has been throwing. Again, the bullpen didn't get it done tonight. It happens. We understand that. Unfortunately, it happened tonight because it would have been nice to sweep that doubleheader, the first 2 games of a four-game series against the Nats. So, yeah, it's bittersweet because, again, you thought this was over. 4-2, this game's over, especially the way the Phillies bullpen has been pitching. It didn't happen that way, and Phillies didn't add on either. That was another problem. It's not so much that he's due, but you just can tell by his swings that he's this close, and today he found it in that second game.
Yeah, especially because he'd started off the day, not so well at the plate, and then he had a really good one. And John Kruk called it. He said, I feel like he's got something going. Because you could see his momentum was going the right way. Even when he was getting those flyouts, it looked like that there were some good things there in his swing.
There were. And again, in the first game off Williams, he had some pitches to hit. He was very susceptible to that changeup, but he was able to stay in there on that particular pitch and drive it out. Again, it only came in at 87.7, but able to stay back and drive through the baseball.
Yes, he did. It's been a fun one to watch for this couple of things because it's not every day we get this rare doubleheader like this, right back to back. And something we talked about. So everybody got to see 2 games, I think, for the price of 1 at the ballpark. It was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, they didn't get the win in the second half. But you're looking at this one building on a little bit of momentum still from that first game because they did hit so many home runs? Yeah,
I think so. And you're looking at 5 on the day that the Phillies hit, so definitely something they can build on from an offensive standpoint. But another key factor today, Trey Turner went 2 for 4 with an RBI. He's getting it. He's definitely getting it, Amy, and it's going to be that. It's going to be fun to watch. He goes in the 4-hole in that game, comes up with a big RBI double in the first inning with 2 outs. That's what you like to see. He changed the game tonight. He made an unbelievable play at shortstop. He stole a bag, scored a run. I mean, this is what he does. He can beat you in a myriad of ways, and that's exactly why they signed him, and that's exactly what he did tonight.
Well, the good news is they got 2 more against this Nationals team, so still obviously a chance to win this series with tomorrow and Thursday. As we take a look inside the box score, you see Nick Castellanos, a couple of hits for him. Trey Turner, you were just talking about, a very nice night for him. And then obviously the bottom of the lineup there a little bit with Jake Cave and Garrett Stubbs. We've seen those guys pick everybody up in the past. Speaking of the bottom of the lineup, Bryson Stott also with another RBI. Yet again with Bryson Stott, another RBI, Ben.
Yeah, and that particular ball that Stott hit, it was off Farrar. who's a lefty, and it was like 98 at his neck, and he somehow pulled his hands in and got a barrel to it, dumped it into right field to score Turner. It's just fun, or I'm sorry, to score Harper.
Right.
It's just fun to watch, and his bat-to-ball skills, his hand-eye coordination are off the charts, and he's just no pulse at home plate. He's not afraid to get deep, and we talked about it after the first game, not afraid to let pitches get deep in the strike zone. I wish more guys had that approach. Shoot, I wish I had that approach, because I always felt like I always had to run out and get the baseball, and I would say I made probably 80% of my outs. If I wasn't striking out, 80% of my outs I made out in front because I didn't trust myself. Right. It's not an easy thing to do as a hitter, but somehow Stott does it, Bohm does it, Harper does it. They're the good ones. You
mentioned Alec Bohm, and he's been on such a tear. It leads this team in RBI with 72, tied with Kyle Schwarber after his 5 RBI game in the first part of this doubleheader. No Bohm, though, in the nightcap. And I think that was a little bit of a head-scratcher when you looked at it, because he had been playing so well. Instead, we saw Rodolfo Castro at third base. There was the error there, and obviously he was 0 for 4. You do want to get this guy some work, but they certainly miss Alec Bohm tonight.
They definitely missed him. And you know, I understand that you have 26 guys, or in this case, 27 guys because of the doubleheader today, and you have to get guys their reps. But he's been so stinking hot, and it's always easy to be Monday morning quarterback, as we are after every game. But Alec Bohm has been swinging such a hot bat. He goes deep in that first game to right center, way out of there. And you're thinking, okay, it's not like the guy's 38 years old. You know, it's just, he's ready to go. He's healthy. He's ready to go. But Rob Thomson didn't feel that way. He wanted to get Rodolfo Castro in there, and that's what he did.
Bohm's a key member of the daycare. We know he's not Methuselah, 300 years old just yet. Back here on Phillies Postgame Live, brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance. Look at the wild card stands. You can see Phillies now 3 clear of the Cubs and the Reds, who both won. Right now, the Giants are in action, losing to the Angels 4-3. Let's check in with Rob Thomson after his team's loss.
I feel like you had an opportunity to win 2 today, get away there.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we played well all day. You know, in the first game, we got some big home runs. You know, Schwarber had a big day. I didn't think Wheeler's stuff was, you know, at the top of his game, but he grinded through it and, you know, gave us enough innings to win the game. Second game, I thought Ranger was really good. I thought his stuff was, you know, in the 6th inning there, he got the first two guys out, and then just, I don't know what happened, but, you know, some kind of blue pits and balls that got through the infield, and all of a sudden we got bases loaded with 2 outs. So, but again, I thought we had good at-bats for the most part all day.
If Hoffman got through the 7th unscathed, what was the bullpen plan there in the 8th and 9th? Did you have all 3 guys available at that point?
Yes. Yeah. So figure out where we end up, kind of factor in pinch hitters and things like that. So it's either Soto or Dominguez in the 8th.
Harper homers game 2, 2 home runs in 3 games. You're thinking maybe this might be the beginning of him kind of.
Well, his swing really looks good right now. It looks like he's on everything, you know. He's fouling some balls straight back, and I just think his swing is in midseason form right now.
Is there any concern that Kimbrel's kind of hit a wall here in the last 4 or 5?
No, I don't think so. I think his stuff's still good. He just, you know, what was it, a slider that Meneses hit out, or a curveball that he hit out? I didn't see the location. It was probably, you know, he just probably left it up a little bit. But I'm not concerned about him. He's had a few days off now, and he feels strong.
The pitch before, did you think that was a strike?
I heard that it went through the box or the top of the box, but, I mean, those boxes move around. You can't really trust them. And even if it is, you got to move on, and you got to make a good pitch, the next pitch. So, yeah.
Were you encouraged by the veteran hitters today as a whole? 2 home run day for Schwarber and a good day for Trey in game 2.
Yeah, and Castellanos had a nice day, and Harper hits home run, and yeah, I think they're coming around, and I really feel good about it.